Welcome back, knife nerds and everyday carry people. It's the Big Canucker here, and today we're going to be having a look at a couple of portable sharpeners. The one of them here we've got is the Worksharp guided field sharpener right here. We're going to compare that against the Smith's 3-in-1 sharpening system. They're a couple of portable sharpening systems that will get a knife pretty darn sharp. There's no substitution for some of these clamp systems, but both of these systems will get your knife going, certainly in a pinch. Now I've carried both of these here too as well, and towards the end I think I will tell you which one I kind of prefer. There may be a little bit of a hint, but we'll figure it out from there. All right, both systems are actually really fine systems, but let's go over the Worksharp system first of all. Of course, I've got a little Starfrit knife here, that kitchen knife, that I will show you exactly how this works. All right, so this here, we'll start off with the Worksharp. Now the Worksharp has got 5 different sharpening stages, they say, and they seem to work extremely well. And now you've got a core side here, which is a, now they say I think it's about 220 grit, and it is a really, it is a gritty diamond plate. And it's something that is very important in your, in your sharpening systems. Now, each side here as well comes with a 20 grit, 20 degree gauge here too as well, so you can set your knife at that 20-degree bevel. All the rest of the sharpening systems too as well have got that, including the fine side here, which is a 20 degrees too as well as the strop has got the 20 degree set. I'm sorry, no, the diamond or the ceramic cone has 20 degree set, as well as the stropping too as well. So you maintain that 20 degrees all the way across. So you start off with a coarse grit of 220. Now from then it moves you on to the fine grit. Now they say it is around 600. It feels a little finer to me, even when it was new. And but it has broken in nicely. Now this grit here, when it first came, when I first got this diamond grit was really aggressive, and it's settled down and mellowed out here quite a bit, but it still does cut away steel. Like you'll want to have if you're going to be repairing a chip, or you've got something that's extremely dull. You'll want to go right to this coarse side. Okay, so there you go from the coarse. Now you go to the fine, and then from there it gives you several different ceramics here too as well. So now I'm not sure you can make that out, but you've got a ceramic here. And the ceramic has got some fine lines in it. And all that is doing, now the ceramic is not any different grain than the smooth side. It's just the simple fact that there's less surface contact on your knife. Therefore, it cuts higher degree off the bat. Now, and then we can turn it one more time here. And it gives you the smooth side here too as well. So you've got a smooth side. And then once you're done with that, you go over here and you've got a strop. Now it came with some, I don't know, they say some micro abrasive chemicals is what I think the website says on it. I actually put some green compound on here, and I've been using this for so long that I've just about wiped the green compound out, and my green compound has turned black. So I'm going to need to kind of peel this off here pretty soon and put on some new compound, but I have used this quite a bit. There's another different ceramic, a small ceramic for some of your serrations here too as well. And if you have a look here too, on this side, you've got your fish hook sharpening here too as well. So that's what goes on with the Worksharp. Let's have a look here too as well. Your plates here are being held on with some rare earth magnets here too as well. And inside here, you've also got a broadhead wrench too as well. There's I guess a 4-blade and a 3-blade broadhead wrench. So it allows you to do that. And if you actually open up this other side, there is a little bit, there's a little bit of a storage area here. It comes with some instructions on how to use everything. Now, I actually haven't opened those up because, you know what, they've got this thing tied in such a nice little tiny tiny stick here that it fits in there perfectly. I don't want to mess with it, so I thought I'd just leave it alone. But if you want to remove that, you could put some fish hooks in there, some fishing line, a little bit of emergency gear. It looks like you could probably put a ferro rod inside there too as well, for any of you guys who pack this out and want to add a little bit more survival capabilities to your pack, so you've got a little bit of storage capacity. Here is actually the handle where you're supposed to grab a hold of it. So let's have a quick look here. Let's go through the paces here as well. Now this knife here is fairly sharp. It's just a Starfrit, kitchen paring knife. I kind of touched it up a little bit yesterday, but just to give you an idea of how this works. So some people just cut right into it like that until you get yourself a burr. A little bit of a knock here as well. I'm not sure you can see here. It's not catching the total end of the blade here, just depending upon, I guess I would have to get in there. If you've got any sort of shoulder on there, sometimes this gets in the way a little bit. So it doesn't hit the very end, but I mean, it's really about 1/8 of an inch, but sometimes that bothers people. So if you keep it on the guide, the 20-degree guide, a certain amount of strokes, let's, go 10 strokes if you'd like. And then, you go this side. They say, watch out where you're cutting towards you. Sometimes if I'm in a big hurry, I'll just sit there, I'll hold it, and I'll just go back and forth like this. And that does make some short work of any sort of the edges here. I'm trying to put an edge on. And you know what? It is already... It is sharpening right up. So pop it over once you've apexed your knife, and then you've got your smooth side. And then again, 10, 12, 8, whatever, how many strokes you'd like to do. I recommend when you can start to feel a little bit of a bevel and you've apexed it, then you can perhaps go, one of each, until you get, where you'd like to be. Right now, this is extremely sharp as it is. Now you'll want to go towards your next here as well, where you've got your ceramics, and just give it, the same amount of strokes on each side. From there, you'll want to move over to your fine side here, which is basically totally smooth. Now they say to clean this after every use, but I have to tell you, I have not been able to clean it after every use. Although I can take a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend, put it on there with the cloth. It rubs the blackness right out. The other thing you can do is an magic eraser will clean up a lot of this too as well. So, and you know what? She's fairly sharp right now. And then you can actually, if you desire, just do your stropping here on the back. And done like dinner. Now she's extremely sharp. I like the bite of this just off this 600 grit diamond stone. For me, that's a really good edge for the kitchen. Okay, now let's go through the Smiths. Now the one thing you'll see here that's probably not a standard Smiths item is I actually put a strop on top of the Smiths, little Smith case here. Now this is a case that covers up your, now I do believe they say that is a 750 grit interrupted diamond stone with a little tool tip end here that you're going to sharpen some fine tooth, something with the tip, and you've also got your fish hook too as well. So now this lid here covers that up. It also acts as a it used to act as a guard for your hand when you're using the ceramic rods, which are located on the bottom here. But since I put my strop on the top there, I don't have the ability to put this guard back here like this. So this would basically slide just right in there like that, and you'd put your hand behind it and it would protect you from getting cut. So I'm gonna go with work without a net today, and we'll not have that in there. Now these two ceramic rods, now they say that these here are, I think they say right around, I'm gonna say 1,000 grit. They seem like they're extremely fine ceramic rods, and they're a teardrop shape too as well, with the channel for doing your doing your fish hooks. Now they'll actually place in here many different ways. You've got, this way where it's rounded. You can put them in there this way where you've got your flat side onto your blade, and you can put them this way where you've got your flat side with your fish hook. I happen to like it this way here with the rounded side in, so you can do a multitude of, let's see here, a multitude of knives, including serrations with this rounded edge. It just seems very, very comfortable to me to have this rounded edge here. It seems I can get a better grip here too as well. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to basically kind of hold it as how I do it, and then you can work with your 750 grit here back and forth. Now both of them here too as well say that you can use water as a sharpening medium or a non-oil based lube. I happen to use water on these ones. I'm not sure if you can see that underneath there is a little bit of rust in the back of these plates. In this one I've used water too as well. I've actually gone towards just sharpening dry on these diamond stones and just getting a nice cloth and wiping this off once in a while if they're loaded up. The one thing I do like about this one is it actually gets right to the very edge of your knife. So, and you'd think with these little uninterrupted spots there that you'd be snagging them, but it doesn't. It seems to glide over them just like it's one single piece. And then back, the bottom here has got some really nice rubberized grip, so you can put this on the ground and sharpen it this way too as well. I happen to like this way where I kind of sharpen into it with just my hand holding it. And like I said, I seem to really, really like the bite coming off these diamond plates here too as well. And then you'll want to go at a 90 degrees perpendicular to the sharpener, and you'll just want to go down on each side. And now they suggest 8 to 10 strokes on each side. Now you just don't want to do what I just did there, which is come off the end, otherwise you'll start rounding off that tip. And I know it doesn't make a huge difference here with this kitchen paring knife, but it will if you do it enough times with your fancy knife in there. Now these will actually do quite large blades. These sticks here too as well, and it's just got a really, really nice edge coming off there. Now the one thing here about the Smith's Tri-Hone that I forgot to, the 3-in-1 sharpening system that I forgot to mention right off the bat is you've actually got some carbide pull-through sharpener right here, and I guess that's for extremely cheap knives, because never use these carbide, they're terrible. They peel so much steel off. They don't leave a very good edge, and they seem to chatter a lot of times too. They'll leave a really ugly edge. And just for the sake of science here, we will try it out and pull through these here a little bit, and we'll see what happens. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that is one of the worst sounds in the entire world. And you can see how it seems like it's just binding up, and it leaves an awful, awful edge. It is horrible. So I'm sure somebody's out there will look at and have one of these at home. If you do have one at home, throw it away. Invest in a sharpening stone, whether it's diamonds, ceramic, even a $12 or $13 Canadian Tire Norton Special is way better than any of these pull-through sharpeners. Now, I hate to burst your bubble out there, because I'm sure that there's some people out there who like these carbide sharpeners because they're easy, but I tell you, they're putting an edge on there that is terrible for your knife. It doesn't work very well. It doesn't last, and it takes entirely too much steel off your blade. So you're not only are you cutting with an inferior product, you're also shortening the lifespan of your blade. Now, there we go. Right back to, an extremely, extremely nice blade. So pop these out here. One of the biggest knocks I have about this sharpener besides this is these seem to maybe breaking a little bit, but sometimes when they're in there, they're just a bear to take out. So pop those in there. And I know I'm not going to do the crock sticks or the ceramic here too as well. I'm just going to give it a quick strop on my homemade strop here, which I threw some 1 micron diamond. And you know what? I think what I might end up doing is I might putting some green compound on here. And I know that a lot of times people don't really like leaving their strops out in the open to gather dust and stuff like that. But you know what? This 3-in-1 sharpening system or the Worksharp, they're there in a pack. They're designed to go out and about, and they're designed to get you going in a pinch. Now, if I want to put an absolute mirror sharp something on one of my knives, I will use my KME system or my Edge Pro system, and they'll do it. But these are both handy little fine little sharpening systems, and they will get you going in a pinch. They will get you going if you're out and about. And I would have to say, yes, out of the two of them, I like the Worksharp a little bit better than the Smith 3-in-1 sharpening system. And the reason I like this one better is because it's got the 200 grit or the 220 grit course on here. That really, really helps cutting into, if I've got something that's extremely, if something that's extremely dull, this 220 really cuts through it really, really nice, and it sets my bevel. I really, really like that. But I also like the ceramic system here on the 3-in-1 sharpening system of the Smiths. I think it's a way better system than this single rod system. Just my opinion. I love the teardrop shape on here, but if I could only carry one, I'd probably carry the Worksharp over the Worksharp guided field sharpener over the Smiths 3-in-1. Now, just to give you an idea here, I looked at both of the worksharptools.com. They have this one listed at $34.95, and I looked at smithproducts.com, and this one here is at $21.99. So there is a little bit of a difference here too as well. I actually happened to get this one on sale on Amazon quite some time ago for around the $24. So if you have a look around, you'll find this on sale too as well. Now, there is a version of this that's blue. It's actually a Benchmade version, and you're paying quite a bit more for that Benchmade. I do believe it's right around 50 bucks or so, and you're getting the exact same thing as this, other than the fact that it's blue and it says Benchmade instead of Worksharp on it. All right. Now, I hope that that helps somebody out and gives somebody an idea of what they want to do here to have their little bit of a sharpening system to carry with them. I know that I like both of them, but like I said, I prefer the Worksharp a little bit more. So thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. And remember to keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up, and the pointy end away from your bits.